That's what you can expect from the #1 heavy-duty engine oil in North America, Shell Rotella, for the long haul. Explore the full lineup of Shell Rotella products at rotella.com/long haul. From the father of CB radios comes one bad mother. Eric Harley here. You've heard me talk about Uniden CBs for years now. Uniden has been the cornerstone of the trucking industry since the beginning. And even in the age of cell phones, Uniden CBs still remain the trucker's favorite. It is social media at its best. When you need the lowdown on the road ahead, you need a Uniden CB. It is one bad mother. Go to uniden.com today or stop by your nearest Pilot Line J.
At Progressive Commercial, we know a trucker's time is money, and, well, there's a lot that can impact your time on the road. Like that 2004 sedan who didn't want to merge 2 miles back when everyone else did. Their bumper sticker may say peace, but their actions say otherwise. We can't save you from selfish drivers, but we can help safe customers save over $2,700 on average when they shop. 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates of safe customers based on FMCSA inspections, finding history, and other data or for higher transportation, not available in all states.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com.
Hi everybody, I'm Vicki Gunvalson. You probably know me as the OG Hughes' very special guest, Vicki Gunvalson. Believe me, I'm a lot more than just a real housewife. And now I'm tackling a whole new territory with my very own podcast. It's called Wicked Up a Vicky. And I'm talking about my life as a real housewife in front of the camera and behind the scenes. Subscribe to Wicked Up a Vicky so you don't miss a thing.
From the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
Tired of the endless bickering and name-calling of most political talk shows?
Seriously, shut up.
That's why Caleb Copeland hosts Tactics on the News Radio 1440 Facebook page and YouTube. As a national debate finalist and minister, Caleb uses simple reason to make solid arguments and teaches you how to do the same. Watch the Tactics podcast Monday through Thursdays at 6 p.m. online, or listen to the Best Of show Saturday mornings at 9 on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Blades with today's tips for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Food additives can harm children's development and raise the risk of obesity. To lower the risk, choose fresh fruits and vegetables when you can and avoid processed meats. Don't put plastic in the microwave because heat can have chemicals to leak into your food. When cooking or serving hot foods, use glass or ceramic dishes. For more on keeping your child healthy, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospitals.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
It's Red Eye Radio. He's Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. Yeah, Politico had this article back in June of 2021. GAO, Biden did not break the law with border wall pause. And the freeze on the border wall funding did not break the law. Their legal opinion, President Joe Biden did not break federal budget law when he froze border wall funding on his first day in office. Federal watchdog said on Tuesday the Government Accountability Office issued a legal opinion explaining that Biden's pause on funding for the former President Donald Trump project amounts to a programmatic delay rather than an illegal stoppage of money Congress has provided. There was no court case that overturned this and demanded that he do this. That's where the lie comes in from the administration. And you know that because they didn't cite anything. Yeah. They would have used that. Yes, absolutely. Biden would have come out and announced the border wall and used that excuse as his base, saying, the courts have forced our hands, this decision has forced our hands, we are bound by law to do this. And again, in the legal opinion, the GAO, this is what makes it beautiful. It said the Biden administration has legitimately paused border wall funding provided by Congress in order to perform environmental reviews and determine project funding needs in light of changing that warrant using funds differently than initially planned. Exactly. I mean, they gave the complete, and that's the beauty of it, because what came out from the DHS was, we're going to waive environmental law. Right, exactly.
Top of the hour news is brought to you by House Products. Visit houseproducts.com.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.
Listen to Red Eye Radio wherever you are with the Red Eye Radio app. Available on Android and iPhone. Download it now from the App Store or by visiting us at redeyeradioshow.com.
There are tons of questions about the Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifier. We thought we'd do a little Q&A. Here's a question. Does it work on any smell? Yes, the Thunderstorm gets rid of strong odors from cooking, cigarette smoke, litter boxes, and more. Even the mildew smell from basements. How long does it take to work? Immediately, the Thunderstorm starts working in seconds to clear a room of any odor. What about replacement filters? No, you never need them. Does the Thunderstorm air purifier really work? Over 350,000 Thunderstorms have been sold already with thousands of 5-star reviews online. Here's a question we get a lot. How do I get a deal on the Eden Pure Thunderstorm? Right now, you can save $200 on 3 Thunderstorms for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200. Just go to EdenPureDeals.com, enter the discount code REDEYE. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code REDEYE, and you get free shipping. Hey, owner-operators, succeed on your own terms with Mercer Transportation. Whenever, wherever, and however you prefer to run, Mercer has the support you need to make your business successful. They offer fuel discounts, fast pay after every load, plenty of freight with over 3,100 customers and over 500,000 loads per year. No company trucks to compete with, and discounts on tires, insurance, and more. Pick your loads or let their coordinators help you find the right freight. Visit mercertown.com today. mercertown.com. Want better mileage and performance from your big rig? FDPF, the makers of Fuel Power, introduce Fuel Power Maximum Formula, the most powerful additive on the market today. Fuel Power Max increases fuel economy, decreases downtime and maintenance costs, plus extends equipment life, saving you money. Try new Fuel Power Maximum Formula, now available at select Pilot travel centers nationwide. Get $5 off at Pilot through the end of October.
Were you hopeful for less chance of an inspection delay at the roadside in 2021? Compared to the 2020 pandemic year, you were disappointed as inspection likelihood rose from 2020 levels substantially. That's according to the new comprehensive analysis from Overdrive Magazine's decade-long CSA's Data Trail series. But the 2022 series update shows that state truck enforcement departments still aren't back to pre-COVID inspection levels. Learn more about this today. There are some new risks, though, in rising moving violations as well as hours of service detention. You can determine your own roadside risk with 48 state rankings in many inspection and violation categories. Download the full report via overdriveonline.com. Navigate to the regulations section to find the CSA's Data Trail 2022 update. That's overdriveonline.com in the regulations section. And check out CSA's Data Trail 2022 update today.
News Radio 1440 WLWI-AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The Biden administration is defending a decision to extend Trump-era barriers to keep migrants from crossing into the U.S. at the southern border. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas speaking at a meeting on the issue in Mexico.
From day one, this administration has made clear that a border wall is not
the answer. That remains our position.
President Biden says previous funding approval is forcing the government to extend the wall. With migrants overwhelming cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York, the administration will begin deporting thousands of Venezuelan migrants. CBS's Camilo Montoya Galvez.
This is a major shift in policy, and the administration hopes it will deter future Venezuelans from entering the U.S. illegally.
Former President Trump is backing a candidate to replace Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker. CBS's Tom Foti from Washington.
On his social media platform late Thursday, ex-President Donald Trump endorsed Ohio's Jim Jordan for House Speaker. Jordan's a longtime Trump supporter who's refused to cooperate with the earlier House investigation of the January 6 pro-Trump riot. He now chairs the Judiciary Committee.
Congressman Steve Scalise is also vying for the speakership. McCarthy was stripped of his leadership role this week by a faction of his own Republican Party. A new Russian missile attack in Ukraine has killed a 10-year-old boy and his grandmother in Kharkiv. That's the same region hit by a strike that killed at least 51 people at a wake yesterday. This man spoke to the BBC through an interpreter.
People are gathered there for a memorial meal. Who could launch a missile at them? An absolute evil.
The boy killed in today's attack, pulled from the rubble of a building in his Spider-Man pajamas. This year's Nobel Peace Prize was awarded this morning to Narges Mohammadi, who's imprisoned in Iran for her fight for women's rights.
Altogether, the regime has arrested her 13 times and sentenced her to a total of 31 years in prison and 154 lashes.
Her husband says the award will only embolden her fight. One of the most dominating NFL linebackers of all time has died.
Nick Buckus played football with a religious fervor.
CBS Chicago's Marshall Harris.
Buckus was just at Soldier Field when the Bears kicked off the season last month against the Packers, a place he dominated as an 8-time Pro Bowler, 6-time All-NFL player in 9 seasons from 1965 to 1973.
His family says Butkus died peacefully in his sleep. He was 80 years old. S&P futures up 10. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed, because Indeed's all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus? What do you toe fungus is? It's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and purple toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered two-in-one treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush is different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. I mean, 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL Flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
Taylor Swift hit another big milestone. AMC announced Taylor Swift has now surpassed $100 million in global ticket sales of her new Eras Tour concert movie. And those are just pre-sale numbers. The movie's not out for another week. The upcoming film also broke the record for single-day sales, raking in $26 million back in August when Taylor first announced her massive tour would hit the big screen. The previous record was held by Spider-Man No Way Home, which made $16.9 million in 2021. See you there. Monica Ricks, CBS News. The Girl Scouts are ditching a popular cookie from their lineup this year. You won't find Thin Mint's Crispy Sister, the Raspberry Rally among offerings. The Scouts say they're taking a pause to prioritize classic varieties, leaving open the possibility of the rally's return next year. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
It's the 70th Alabama National Fair, October 6th through the 15th. Opening day, get in for $1 with a non-perishable food item for the Blu-ray. All right, $1. Buy tickets online. Same time and skip the line. It's the best 10 days of fall. The Alabama National Fair.
The Alabama National Fair.
Store-wide.
right. It's happening now. Save hundreds, save thousands. Only while supplies last and financing available. Stop in soon for huge discounts like a weathered driftwood finished queen bedroom set for only $7.99. That's a fabulous deal. That dresser and mirror, only $7.99 while supplies last. Stop in today at 3443 McGee Road, Montgomery, or visit BishopParkerWarehouse.com. We'll see you at the warehouse.
It's time for the biggest tractor sale of the season at Sun South. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Sun South has a John Deere tractor for everyone, and they're all affordably priced with special offers, including 0% financing for 72 months on popular models, including 1 Series, 3 Series, and even 5 Series. You've been borrowing your buddy's tractor long enough. Get your own John Deere from Sun South during the fall sales event. Sun South, equipment for those that do.
Restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires October 31, 2023.
Are you ready? Take a ride with the Montgomery Bicycle Club for the 21st Annual Glasner Autumn Challenge, October 14th. A fully supported bicycle ride that starts and ends inside Alabama State University. It kicks off with an amazing breakfast, 7 routes to choose from, 5 to 126 miles around scenic Montgomery County. Register now at mgmbikeclub.org/TAC. The Glasner Autumn Challenge. Are you ready?
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
People down.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by AC by Luquire. AC by Luquire is celebrating 40 years of comfort. They've proudly serviced the river region since 1983. Contact them for your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Visit acbyluquire.com for a list of services and offers today. That's acbyluquire.com. License number 84417.
The long-awaited fall cold front will come through today into this evening, and what that means is much cooler air for the weekend. Today will still be in the 80s. There's about a 40% chance of some passing showers. A lot of the day is dry, but a few showers possible, especially this afternoon into this evening. Keep that in mind for any high school football game. Shouldn't be anything heavy, though. Tonight, we fall into the upper 50s, highs in the 70s, and this weekend with a good deal of sunshine and a fall breeze.
That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery, right now things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Auburn, and Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Florida. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. When you need the best equipment, Thompson Tractor has everything from compact construction to heavy-duty machines. With over 65 years of service, Thompson Tractor's on Highway 80 off of I-85. Buckle up, it's the law for Montgomery. Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Friday. After months of legal battles, Alabama has new congressional district lines. A 3-judge panel chose one of 3 maps proposed for the 2024 election. The new map adds more black voters to District 2, now making up 48% of registered voters there. Attorney General Steve Marshall says, quote, the map violates the Constitution's guarantee of equality for all. Sad news from the sports world this morning. Fans across the NFL are mourning the loss of Hall of Fame linebacker Dick Butkus. He played at Illinois in college and then went on to become one of the toughest and hard-hitting linebackers in NFL history, playing with the Chicago Bears. Butkus was 80 years old. The Alabama National Fair returns today in Montgomery. It's also WSFA 12 News Day. Admission will be only $1 plus a donation to the food bank. The gates open at 4. That's your news on this Friday. I'm Jed Davis for WSFA 12 News.
Find mechanic near me.
Right here, ma'am. How can I help?
Wow, no mechanic near me? Really?
What? I'm right here. Ma'am, we're a local mechanic literally right down the street from... Why is she not seeing us?
Oh, here's one. It's a bit far, but hey, they got good reviews.
Hello? Can you not see us?
Nope. Because your business is buried deep in the list of local results and is, well, basically invisible. Get a boost with Cumulus Boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do. For matters in Tennessee, visit CordellCordell.com. 200 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, Suite 1000, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37402. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. Paid for by Cordell & Cordell. Omaha Steaks semi-annual sale covers your cravings with 50% off site-wide. That's half off tender, juicy, extra-aged steaks like the butcher's cut filet mignons. Order at omahasteaks.com. Use code GARDEN at checkout and get an extra $50 off. Endless flavor and value on incredible Omaha Steaks entrees, scrumptious sides, and decadent desserts. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use code GARDEN at checkout today. Minimum purchase may apply. Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher.
My job, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to feel in control. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit for financial education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine, for it's another day, one more. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that will change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. It is October the 6th, 2023. Today's daily bread is simply entitled, What Could Be Better? Our scripture insight today comes from 1 Timothy 4, 6 through 16. 1 Timothy 4:10 says, This is why we labor and strive, because we have put our hope in the living God. That is 1 Timothy 4:10. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is October the 6th. It is a day like all the other days that has never been. And it is a day that once it is gone, it will never, ever come again. You don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you didn't do today. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, October the 6th, 2023, let us hope that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, mercy, and charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, do what you can, while you can, for whomever you can, until you can't. And reach back and give somebody else a helping hand. Mr. Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never, ever, ever give up. Never quit. Because quitters never win. And while winners may lose a time or two, they never quit. My mother said, put one foot in front of the other. Nothing beats a failure but a try. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. And no matter what happens this day, remember this. This day, like all the days, it is still a great day to be alive.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading titled, What Could Be Better, was written by Ann Cetus. Eric heard about Jesus' love for him while in his early 20s. He started attending church, where he met someone who helped him grow to know Christ better. It wasn't long before Eric's mentor assigned him to teach a small group of boys at church. Through the years, God drew Eric's heart to help at-risk youth in his city, to visit the elderly, and to show hospitality to his neighbors, all for God's honor. Now, in his late 50s, Eric explains how grateful he is that he was taught early to serve. My heart overflows to share the hope I found in Jesus. What could be better than to serve him? Timothy was a child when his mother and grandmother influenced him in his faith, and he was likely a young adult when he met the Apostle Paul, who saw potential in Timothy's service for God and invited him on a ministry journey. Paul became his mentor in ministry and life. He encouraged him to study, to be courageous as he faced false teaching, and to use his talents in service to God. Why did Paul want Timothy to be faithful in serving God? Writing in 1 Timothy chapter 4, he said, because we have put our hope in the living God, who is the Savior of all people. Jesus is our hope and the Savior of the world. What could be better than to serve him? Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 1 Timothy chapter 4, verses 6 through 16. If you point these things out to the brothers and sisters, you will be a good minister of Christ Jesus, nourished on the truths of the faith and of the good teaching that you have followed. Have nothing to do with godless myths and old wives' tales. Rather, train yourself to be godly. For physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come. This is a trustworthy saying that deserves full acceptance. That is why we labor and strive, because we have put our hope in the living God, who is the Savior of all people, and especially of those who believe. Command and teach these things. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Until I come, devote yourself to the public reading of Scripture, to preaching and to teaching. Do not neglect your gift, which was given you through prophecy when the body of elders laid their hands on you. Be diligent in these matters. Give yourself wholly to them, so that everyone may see your progress. Watch your life and doctrine closely. Persevere in them, because if you do, you will save both yourself and your hearers. Now let's pray. Dear God, please give us hearts to bring your hope to those around us today. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Well, you had the word. Now it's time to get up with the birds. All right then. Is it light outside yet? I'm not sure. Anyway, it's time to rise and shine, people. Time to get up. Time to get up. Stop wasting daylight. Is it daylight yet? Well, it's close to it. Well, what you gonna do? You gonna waste time sitting there looking at the sky? I get up. Let's go to work. Well, let's do it. Here we go. It's a Friday morning. It is weekend eve. Come on.
Airborne, every day, we run to the sun,
No sweat, not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knees. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. Come on now. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. You know darn well that you can't eat that. Come on now. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Air, boom, all the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, needs a breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. Come on now. It ain't made for the faint of heart. Driving on.
all the way, airborne, all the way, driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain.
Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light D with a cheering blow. Come on now, it's time to ride. That's right, we got PT today. We got PT today. It's Friday. We gotta work it off. Come on. Now work it off. Work it off. Here we go. Somebody tell Sergeant Smith come ahead and start May 1st. Everybody go. Let's do it. It's Friday. Let's get motivated. Let's get motivated. All right? It's Friday. We knock this PT out and keep on moving. All right? Where's Sergeant Smith at? Sergeant Smith. There you go. Here we go.
Hard work,
hard work.
hard work,
Work. That's what I say. Work. I earn my pay.
hard work, do it every day.
Get up out of corner to free.
There you go, and earn my pay. Boots on, lace and run.
I know the work. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work. I earn my pay.
Here we go, make your call. Banging on the dozen of more. Let's go to work. Hard work, you're back to shoot. Hard work, you know the mark. Hard work,
Keep going.
hard work, you gotta go to work. Hard work, that's what we know. Hard work, son, I'm ready to rock. Hard work, I'm earning my pay. Hard work,
And every day.
we're going on out. We're going to go and do the work. Come up
On the airplane.
any early morning rain. Hard work, that's what you say. Hard work, I heard my pay. Come on. Hard work, woo, turn it up. Hard work, hard work, everybody on the plane. Sit 'em on down. Hard work, the engines are on. Hard work, the mission is going. Hard work, that's what you say. Hard work, I do it for play. Hard
PT for 1 week. Woo! All right, and now let us pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. I know it's the only place in town where we recognize those guys every day, along with our police departments, who are our local heroes, along with our sheriff department, fire department, especially that fire department. Those guys, they got to fight things against nature most of the time. So that's a tough job too. Anyway, so whatever else and whoever else, Marines, Army, Navy, I get everybody. Okay, and Merchant Marines. Oh yeah, and the Space Force. I still don't know what they do, but we give them some props anyway. You know, didn't I tell you people that America is a different place during football season? You see how nice we are these during football season? We can, or whatever English we have, we can take out on a football team. And then win, they're rotten. Oh yeah. Good morning, Maxwell and Gunner. Our top guns. That's what we like to call them. And if somebody could put a C-141 out there just one more time, can we fly just one? There's got to be one C-141 stuck someplace in our inventory. Can we bring it to Maxwell so I can see it one more time? That's all I'm asking for. C-141 Starlifter. Okay, that's all I want. I mean, do I got to call the president? Wait a minute. I'll wait till the next election before I do that. I mean, maybe I can call the second, what do they call the guy that charge of all the military? The chief of staff, whatever it is, the whatever they call those people with all the stars. Yes. All right, I do got my audio thing today, and I'm going to get to that in a little bit here. But what do they call those guys? The five guys: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and maybe the space. I don't know if the Space Force guys, but what do they call? I forgot what they call those guys. The top officers in the military. What do they call them? Boy, I'm getting old. Okay, what do they call it? It's like other day they were talking about one guy who didn't like Trump or whatever the case may be. General McShelly or General McMasters or whatever they are. What do they call these guys? Boy, now my mind's going absolutely blank. I know what they. Okay, they're the top officers in the military that represent each branch of service. Okay, well, somebody just text me that, and I'll come up with it later because I what do they call those guys? Army? That's not the Army Chief of Staff. Okay then, let me cogitate on that for a second, and I'll come back with my comment on that. But it's five of them. I think there's at least there's 4 or 5. I think there's 5 of them. We have 5 branches of service. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. Yeah, we got 5. We may have 6 now. I'm not sure about the 6th one. I don't know if airport or whatever they call themselves, the airbound or Space Force. I don't know if they've got enough clout yet to sit at that table, but we'll see. Okay, I'll think of it as soon as I come back. I'll let you know what I was going to say because my mind is kind of weak this morning. I don't know why that is. I can't eat cornflakes anymore because every time I eat cornflakes, I put a bunch of sugar on them, and you're not supposed to have a bunch of sugar. So, okay, so maybe I need a McGriddle or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I used to get free breakfast all over town. Now I don't get anything. They actually want me to pay. Anyway, we'll be back right after these messages.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Lowe's. Klein tools are new at Lowe's. Right now, get the new Klein 3-piece ModBox mobile workstation exclusively at Lowe's for just $319.94. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows pros.
The long-awaited fall cold front will come through today into this evening, and what that means is much cooler air for the weekend. Today will still be in the 80s. There's about a 40% chance of some passing showers. A lot of the day is dry, but a few showers possible, especially this afternoon into this evening. Keep that in mind for any high school football game. Shouldn't be anything heavy, though. Tonight, we fall to the upper 50s, highs in the 70s then this weekend with a good deal of sunshine and a fall breeze.
That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Auburn, and Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. When you need the best equipment, Thompson Tractor has everything from compact construction to heavy-duty machines. With over 65 years of service, Thompson Tractor's on Highway 80 off of I-85. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
No esports organization has had a busier week than Shopify Rebellion. While most headlines are talking about the acquisition of the League of Legends Championship Series spot, Rebellion has also been very busy in Valorant. This week, it was announced that Rebellion is combining their roster with Moist Esports within the Valorant Minor League. With their powers combined and their aim set to take a major, is a championship guaranteed? We'll have to wait and see when they take the plunge next season.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
For over a decade, SimpliSafe has revolutionized home security, and our latest advancement is here, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
For matters in Tennessee, visit CordellCordell.com. 200 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, Suite 1000, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37402. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Paid for by Cordell & Cordell.
Omaha Steaks semi-annual sale covers your cravings with 50% off site-wide. That's half off tender, juicy, extra-aged steaks like their butcher's cut filet mignons. Order at omahasteaks.com. Use code GARDEN at checkout and get an extra $30 off. Endless flavor and value with incredible Omaha Steaks entrees, scrumptious sides, and decadent desserts. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use code GARDEN at checkout today. Minimum purchase may apply.
Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher.
When you need a car doctor for your car or truck, who are you going to call? Call the certified auto techs at Chico's Auto Pros in Montgomery. Got issues with brakes, tires, hoses, check engine light, air conditioning, or just need routine maintenance? Chico's Auto Pros. Quality service, free vehicle inspections, and where we'll only recommend work that is absolutely needed. Chico's Auto Pros, where friends recommend friends for auto repair. Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
For matters in Tennessee, visit CordellCordell.com. 200 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, Suite 1000, Chattanooga, Tennessee 37402. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Paid for by Cordell & Cordell. Omaha Steaks semi-annual sale covers your cravings with 50% off site-wide. That's half off tender, juicy, extra-aged steaks like their butcher's cut filet mignons. Order at omahasteaks.com. Use code GARDEN at checkout and get an extra $30 off. Endless flavor and value on incredible Omaha Steaks entrees, scrumptious sides, and decadent desserts. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use code GARDEN at checkout today. Minimum purchase may apply.
Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher. The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly, so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
You need a renovation without the complications. Call Bath Innovations today.
With Bath Innovations Design Services, you can customize every detail of your bathroom remodel. Whether you're replacing a bathtub or converting to a shower, Bath Innovations has thousands of options. So bring your style and design the bathroom of your dreams. Contact us today at bathinnovations.com.
You need a renovation without the aggravation. Call Bath Innovations today.
It's the 70th Alabama National Fair, October 6th through the 15th. Enjoy the rides, circus, shows, and the food. I really enjoy munching my way down the Midway. I can smell it already. Join us for new outdoor shows, stage shows, and more.
The Alabama National Fair. It's the best 10 days of fall.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio.
And we are back. Now, you guys know on Fridays and Mondays, I play a what I would like to call a motivational or inspirational kind of message that start our week off right and end it right. And of course, a lot of things in between Mondays and Fridays, a lot of things happen in our lives. And sometimes we forget the important things of life because we're so caught up in working and disappointments and, inflated egos. But every once in a while, we have to be brought back down a little bit to be reminded of the important things, really important things in life that outlive you. And today, it is one of those things. It's about being kind. It is one of my favorite. Things that I play along with Jimmy V. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know. You can text me if you like it. If you don't like it, let me know. But if you do like it, if it made you feel some kind of way, let me know by texting me or something. And if not, I need to get it out of my, because if it doesn't do for you what it does for me, then hey, what good is it, right? I'm just saying we might want to think about this. So we'll be back right after this. It is called Be Kind.
Wonderful concept, that vital virtue that unfortunately and regrettably is often forgotten, the virtue of kindness, being kind. I want you to hear a story. 20 years ago, I drove a cab for a living. When I arrived at 2:30 in the morning, the building was dark except for a single light in a ground floor window. Under these circumstances, Many cab drivers would just honk once or twice, wait a minute, and drive away. But I had seen too many impoverished people who depended on taxis as their only means of transportation to drive away. Unless the situation smelled of danger, I always went to the door. So I walked to the door and knocked. Just a moment, answered a frail, elderly voice. For after a long pause, the door opened. A small woman in her 80s stood before me. By her side was a small nylon suitcase. Would you carry this bag out to the car for me? She said. I took the suitcase out and returned to assist the woman. She took my arm and walked slowly toward the curb. She kept thanking me for my kindness. Oh, it's nothing, I told her. I just try to treat all my passengers the way I would want my mother treated. When we got in the cab, she gave me an address. Then she said, oh, by the way, could you drive through downtown? It's not the shortest way. Oh, I don't mind. I'm in no hurry. I'm on my way to a hospice. I looked in the rearview mirror and her eyes were glistening. I don't have any family left, she said, almost to herself. The doctor says I don't have very long. I quietly reached over and shut off the meter. What route would you like me to take? For the next 2 hours, we drove all around the city. She showed me the building where she had once worked as an elevator operator. We drove through the neighborhood where she and her husband had lived when they were newlyweds. She had me pull up in front of a furniture warehouse that had once been a ballroom where she had gone dancing as a girl. Sometimes she'd ask me to slow down in front of a particular building or corner. She would sit staring into the darkness, saying nothing. As the first hint of sun was creasing the horizon, she suddenly said, okay, I'm ready. Let's go now. We drove in silence to the address she had given me. It was a low building. 2 orderlies came out to the cab. As soon as we pulled up, they were solicitous and intent, watching her every move. They were expecting her. I opened the trunk, took out the small suitcase, carried it to the door. The woman was already seated in a wheelchair. How much do I owe you? She asked. No, you don't owe me anything, I said. Oh, you have to make a living, she answered. Well, there are other passengers, I responded. Almost without thinking, I bent over and gave her a hug. She held on to me tightly. You gave an old woman a little bit of joy, she said. Thank you. I squeezed her hand, then walked into the dim morning light. Behind me, a door shut. It was the sound of the closing of a life. I drove aimlessly, lost in thought for the rest of the day. I could hardly talk. What if that woman had gotten in an angry driver earlier that morning, or one who was impatient? What if I had refused to take the run, or had honked once and driven away? On a quick review, I don't think I have done anything more important in all my life. I love that story. It sort of helps me allow life to make up its mind again. You need to remember that story. The times you will want to be anything but kind. Because it is so much easier to bear a grudge and hate in return, or get back, or get even. Hate destroys the vessel it's kept in. Revenge never healed a wound. There's one thing all of us have in common: we've been mistreated by somebody. Some of you have known abuse, misunderstanding, and all of this has a way of siphoning your tank of kindness. It can make you hard. And you can get on with hard. You can get along with it. In fact, some will even respect you more because you're tough. But I urge you not to be kind, tenderhearted, forgiving one another. When I am truly free of revenge and bitterness, there is plenty of room in my heart left for kindness. And not until. Do what's right. Do justice. Love kindness. Walk humbly with your God.
Maybe you were born a really nice person with a gentle, sweet personality, and being kind to people comes pretty naturally to you, but I think more of the globe is not that way than is. The good news is we can change.
It's amazing what one kind word can do. We don't think anything about it, but to the other person, it breathes life into their spirit. Our words have the power to lift people, to help them get through a challenge, to push them into their destinies. When you tell someone, I love you, I'm proud of you, you did great on that project, you're not just being kind, those are healing words. We don't know what people are going through. They may smile on the outside, but on the inside, they're hurting, they're lonely, they're discouraged. Many people have wounds from the past, wounds from a relationship that didn't work out, wounds from people trying to push them down. Just a simple word of encouragement. I believe in you. I'm praying for you. A simple compliment. You look beautiful today. It's no big deal to you, but to them, it's helping heal the wounds. It's lifting their spirits. It's causing them to believe in themselves. Your words can be what keeps them moving forward. God puts people in our lives on purpose so we can bring healing. Letting people know that you care does more than you imagine. You have the power to put someone on their feet. You have the power to keep them from falling into depression. You have the power to cause them to pursue their dreams. Be free with your compliments. You can think well of your friend all day long, but if you never tell them, they'll never know. God wouldn't have brought it up if he didn't want you to tell them. He wouldn't have put that thought in you if the other person didn't need it. You may not know them. It may not make sense to you, but God knows what he's doing. There's a reason they need your healing. Don't withhold it. Don't try to reason it out. In my early 20s, a young man started coming up to the gym to play basketball with us. He was a loner. He was very unfriendly, very cold. He never talked. Even during the games, he wouldn't interact with us. Most of the guys just ignored him. Something down in here told me to reach out to him and make him feel welcome. I found out that his name was Bo. When he would come into the gym, I would go over and say, "Hey, Bo, it's great to see you today." He never said anything. He just hit his chest twice and walked away. I didn't know what that meant, but I hit my chest twice and walked away. This went on for several years. I saw him 4 or 5 times a week. Well, I stopped playing basketball there, and I hadn't seen Bo in over 20 years. One Sunday, he showed up at church. I saw him afterwards. I thought, where do I know this guy from? He said, "I'm Bo. We used to play basketball together." That's the most I'd ever heard him talk. He went on to tell how he grew up in the projects. At 14, he started living on his own. Nobody wanted him. He never felt loved or accepted. He said, one of the main reasons I went up to the gym was to hear you say, "Great to see you today," because nobody had told me that they were glad to see me. Those simple words, letting him know that I cared, were like life-giving water. Today, Bo is married. He introduced me to his children. He's setting a new standard for his family. What am I saying? Nobody is in your life by accident. Don't ignore what you feel on the inside, that compassion to encourage them, that desire to be their friend. Take time to make them feel loved. Doesn't have to be something big. Just good to see you. I believe in you. I'm praying for you. Just let them know that you care.
Be kind. It always hits me when I listen to this thing. Because often we get caught up in our own days and our own problems and our own issues, and we forget to be kind sometimes. And me too. I can be a butthole at times. I can be. But every time, that's why I have to play this every once in a while to bring me back to the reality. Because there are few things that outlive us. The one thing that will outlive all of us are the things we do for others. So our cars will be repossessed. Our clothes will be thrown away. Our houses will be torn down sooner or later. Our friends will pass. Our parents will be gone. But the one thing that will outlive us is the kindness that we show to others. And hopefully they will show that kindness to others also. So it is the one thing that outlives you. So as of today, or whenever you can, whenever there's an opportunity to be somewhat kind, take it. And I don't even like Joel Osteen that much, but he is right about a lot of things. The words that come out of our mouths, they are important. They can either build you up or tear people down. Okay, so got to watch that sometimes. I understand. But anyway, you can never be too kind. Good morning to you. It is 6:52 in the morning. Lessons of life, and the word of the day is next. And the word of the day means to torment by or as if a constant attack. In other words, this is somebody who just won't let up. You crazy, like curmudgeon. Okay, curmudgeon, it calls the show sometimes. Just won't let up, tormenting the brother. Just every day, constant. You ain't been here. You ain't been that. Okay, well, that's called a Harry. Harry. So from now on, when he calls, his name is going to be Harry, because he's constantly tormenting me by his constant innuendos and attacks. That's okay, though. That's okay. I know a lot of Harrys in this business, and so we're good. So anybody that does that to you, just say, hey, how you doing, Harry? He'll never know what you're talking about. Now, the lessons of life. These are the things we learn by living. We learn these by our experiences, by the travels, by the roads of life that we travel. And everybody's got a lesson of life. Everybody. Anytime, send them to me, text them to me, and I'll use them on the air. I'll even give you attribution. If it's real good. And if it's real bad, well, I'll just give it and let the folks figure it out by themselves. Okay, lessons of life. The things you pass on, if the young were wise, they would listen to the lessons of life that somebody else. I always tell people the best way to learn from a mistake is learn from the guy who made the mistake. So you don't have to. That's a hard lesson when you learn from what you've done. But if you learn from what other people have done, that's a smart way to get it. Anyway, good morning, 6:53 in the morning. The past, and this is part of the problem sometimes I have living in the South. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. The past is also a place of learning, not a place where you live. And we seem to have that issue, especially down south. And I understand it. But at some point in our lives, we have to move on and let God work it out. So the lesson of life today is the past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. The past is also a place of learning, but not a place where we should live. And that's all your lessons of life for this day, which is October the 6th, 2023. On this day in 1939, in a speech to the Reichstag, German Chancellor Adolf Hitler spoke of his plans to reorder the ethnic layout of Europe, a plan that would entail settling the Jewish problem. In 1536, English theologian and scholar William Tyndale, who was the first to translate the Bible into early modern English, was executed for heresy. In 1892, poet laureate Alfred Lord Tennyson died in England at the age of 83. In 1927, on this day, the era of taking pictures arrived in the opening of The Jazz Singer, starring Al Jolson, a feature containing both silent and sound synchronized sequences. In 1949, President Harry S. Truman signed the Mutual Defense Assistance Act, providing $1.3 billion in military aid to NATO countries. And we've been paying ever since. 1958, my brother was born. The nuclear submarine, the USS Seawolf, surfaced after spending 60 days submerged. That wouldn't have been me. I hope all those guys were volunteers. 1973, war erupted in Middle East as Egypt and Syria launched a surprise attack on Israel during Yom Kippur holiday. Israel, initially caught off guard, managed to push back the Arab forces before a ceasefire finally took hold in the nearly 3-week conflict. 1976, President Gerald R. Ford, in his second presidential debate with Democrat Jimmy Carter, asserted that there was no Soviet domination of Eastern Europe. Ford later conceded such was not the case. 1979, Pope John Paul II, on a week-long U.S. tour, became the first pontiff to visit the White House, where he was received by President Jimmy Carter, who turned 99 the other day. 1981, Egyptian President Anwar Sadat was shot to death by extremists while reviewing a military parade. We got to do that by some glass that's bulletproof. Anyway, in 1989, Betty Davis died in France at the age of 81. 2003, American Paul Latour and Britain Peter Mansfield won the Nobel Peace Prize for Medicine for discoveries that led to magnetic resonance imaging, whatever that means. Obviously, I didn't go to med school. In 2004, the top U.S. armed suspect in Iraq, Charles Delfer, reported finding no evidence of Saddam Hussein's regime had produced weapons of mass destruction, in 1991. And the rest is history. So gotta go with more things. And don't forget, it's Friday. You know what that means? Things that you do not know. Okay? Things that you do not know. Okay, and some other things too. We'll be back. Hopefully they find you well. And don't forget, today is, well, I'll tell you when I get back. All right, that's going to help Black folks get some more voters. Mm-hmm.
The Ben Shapiro Show. I heard on that.
I'm Jeffrey Rodriguez. The Biden administration is on the defense over a plan to extend severe border barriers along the Rio Grande and South Texas. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
There's no administration policy with respect to the border wall.
CBS Judge Mayorkas issued a notice stating there is presently the acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers in order to prevent unlawful entries. The president said they're bound to build those barriers after with money allocated by Congress during the Trump administration. There are also new plans to deport undocumented migrants from Venezuela. Former President Trump was upright in early, posting his choice to replace Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker. On the social platform, he gave a thumbs up to Congressman Jim Jordan. Paul Kevin fulfilling. He called Jordan a strong, writing that he is strong on foreign borders, military vets, and Second Amendment. He will be a great Speaker of the House. He has my complete and total endorsement. Congressman Steve Scalise has already announced his intentions for the position. He restricted leadership this week by a breakaway faction of his own Republican Party. We'll get a new read on the labor market in half an hour when the government releases new jobs numbers and great small children.
While the headline numbers of the forthcoming data is consistent with the recent trend, we should expect downward revisions in payroll growth in the previous couple of months. It tends to be the case that downward revisions to payroll prevail when the economy is weakening, and upward revisions dominate when it's gaining momentum.
Healthcare workers are in the final day of a 3-day strike against Kaiser Permanente. Union rep Caroline Lucas.
I don't think I've ever seen workers so motivated. We have had incredible turnout to the picket line, and it just goes to show how deeply and personal the staffing issues are for healthcare members.
The winner of this year's Nobel Peace Prize, jailed Iranian activist Narges Mohammadi, has issued a statement to the New York Times. She says the recognition makes her more resolved, responsible, passionate, and hopeful about women's and all human rights. Mohammadi was sentenced to a total of 31 years in prison in Iran and 154 lashes. A popular kids' candy is being recalled.
The mini version.
More than 70 million slime, liquor, sour, and cocoa candy rolling candies that dispense flavored liquid from a tube being pulled from shelves after a 7-year-old choked to death. This is CBS News.
You need to hire? Indeed is with you every step of the way, helping you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungals? What do you go fungus? Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed. Crystal Flush is after just a few weeks of fungus. Crystal Flush was the only thing that I heard. So when first got quoted to try a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer. Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL Flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
50 years ago today, Egypt and Syria launched a surprise attack on Israel.
50 years later, the Yom Kippur War that left almost 2,700 Israelis and thousands of Arab soldiers dead remains one of Israel's largest intelligence failures. Tour guide Yaron Shelach, who lives in the Golan Heights, spoke on an Israeli documentary about the war. The war ended 18 months later in a ceasefire. For CBS News, Jerusalem.
France has begun a mass vaccination of 64 million ducks. The problem, bird flu, is ravaging the rank and file of birds used to be foie gras, fancy French food for pâté. Fearful the flu will invade flocks here, the U.S. has announced it'll restrict duck imports from Europe. Rodriguez, CBS News.
Okay, I'm here. I was doing some stuff there. You know, we lost a good friend, Henry, nice this week. And it was just, I don't know, I don't really make friends too well, but when I do have one, I try to remember them, try to treat them right. But this young man, it was just a joy. He always had a nice personality. He was always kind to me, and I just to his family and to his wife and to his kids. I don't know if Ray had any kids or not, but there's some people that come in your life for a reason, and they say some for a season. And Ray Moore was one of those kinds of people that in his presence, you couldn't even argue with nobody because he always had the kind from what I know of him, he had the kind of temperament that was always even keel. Uh, and so I can only tell you what I know about him in our passings in the last 20 years or so. I've lived in Montgomery. I lived in Montgomery for 30 years, actually 32 years. But I just want to dedicate this song and to his family and to his friends and say he will be missed way more. Thanks for helping us with some of our best memories in life. Mr. Ray Moore, the big dreams guy. Hmm. You know, it's amazing. Some people go through life and people won't remember them. And then there are those that affect us in such a way we can't forget them. But I was Ray. Gone too soon. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Hope this day is you well. Uh, Sometimes it's hard to keep it together. Anyway, he was a really, really, really nice man. 860-1440, the court system has decided we're going to give black folks their own district. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Your life won't change because they put you like a can of sardines and put you in a special a special district. Your life won't change. All we're going to do is give somebody a job for $174,000 a year and all the kickbacks they can get. That's what we're going to do. Your life won't change. So don't believe the rhetoric. Do not believe that your life is going to change because three judges came up with a map. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir. You knew him? Well, I didn't know he was sick. I didn't know he was sick until I saw him and I thought he was coming home. Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm, right. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea. I had no idea. I had no idea. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. There was an article, there was something in Facebook a week ago, so ago, where it said I think he was heading home. And then next thing I know, I looked at him, looked someplace, and somebody said passed. I didn't know he was sick. But I guess that lets us know we should cherish our friendships with people. It could be you, me, tomorrow. You know, today or tomorrow is not promised. And that's why I played that kindness thing this morning. We really, yeah. Yeah, Mm. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah, I mean, we do get busy with sometimes, trying to put food on the table, survive. Sometimes we can get these things in public, right? And it is up there. I mean, our true friends, the ones you know, who at 3 o'clock in the morning, if you call them and say, "I'm moving right, I'm just down the freeway," they'll come. Yeah, we do. Yeah, yeah, we do. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, you can call back. You can call it. Yeah, that's fine. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like Harry Hippie too. Yeah. Well, I took the proof. I took the proof, bro. Wait, wait. No, no, no. Did yeah. Right, 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 right. I know, I know. Listen, wait. Yeah, yeah. Well, you're lying. Wait a minute. You lied about that. Okay, okay. Yes. Well, now let me answer something. Now let me answer. Now let me answer. Okay, let me answer your question. Yeah, let me ask you a question. What good would it do me to lie about something for so long? I mean, seriously. I'm not getting any money. I'm not getting any extra money. I'm not on active duty. I mean, what? Again, I don't know about that one. But why would I? Okay, okay. Well, listen, hey Harry, hey Harry, nice talking to you. Nice talking to you. I'm gonna be kind to you. Okay, I'm good. Good morning, you good? Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Yeah. But I care. I mean, I don't. Yeah, 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 yeah. It is. That's it. Okay, I guess not. I'm telling. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Yeah, that's true. But tell me. Mhm. Here's what I want to know. It is so right, but listen, it is so easy. No, I don't. No, I hold I hold the judges in contempt. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, mhm, yeah. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I'm relying on my life experiences, my experiences that Well, 1 and 1 equals 3 sometimes. No, 1 plus 1 equals 3 sometimes. Okay. Now, wait. Will you be honest with me? Do you? Yes, but not all the time. It isn't. 1 and 1 is not 2 all the time. What? But it isn't all the time. It isn't. Okay. Wait. Yes. Okay. Now tell me. Oh, yeah. No. We way beyond. We way beyond being scared to say what we want to say because we're going to be in an unemployment line. Not necessarily. Well, you should ask me to explain. You should ask me to explain. Okay. So let me ask you a question. 1 woman, 1 man is equal 3. No. If they get together, it's 3. It is what it is. Not all the time. All the time it isn't. 1 plus one man plus 1 equals 3 sometimes. Okay. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. If I can prove to you in all instances in our universe, 1 plus 1 does not necessarily equal 2, would you wait a minute? The Supreme Court are you and me, and I'm sorry. No, black folks will not benefit anything worth any significance by coming up with another congressional district. How you gonna have a chance? No, but it isn't. Yeah. Because we don't vote for them. Hey, here, let me ask you a question. Okay. Now let me ask you this question. Because we get a quote unquote black district, are we going to mandate that only black folks run for that seat? Black people run for it. Okay. Will the with you? So if a white guy runs, if a white guy runs in that seat and wins, okay, then what? Okay. So if a white man runs and wins, then what? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you cannot. Wait, you cannot get Hey, you cannot get representation if you don't vote. You don't vote. You don't vote. You just don't vote. That's the reason why you don't vote. I don't know. I haven't lived there a long time. Yeah. Again, if you come up, well, I don't know. I've lived here, but I've lived here long as I live in Indiana. So I don't really know. Yeah. Yeah. Not okay. Let me get one of my math people on the airway. Appreciate the conversation. That 1 and 1 math is a great science, but math is not perfect and it is not fully absolute. 1 plus 1, not in all cases
Well, two. Now, this is going to be high mathematics stuff. This is going to be like quantum physics stuff, okay? Now, when I come back, okay, come on, we'll be back. As usual, as usual, I'm absolutely correct. As usual. Okay. 1 plus 1 does not always equal 2. I'm going to tell you that in a second. Now, somebody asked me the question on via text. Ask me about. Okay, you ask the people at NASA if math is an exact science. If it wasn't, they couldn't do what they do. And listen, that sounds good. That sounds good. But NASA, along with those quantum physics people and all that stuff, they don't get involved in the basic equation that we do in high school. Okay, 1 and 1 depends on the system that you're using. Now, because I knew I was right. I am right 98% of the time. Okay. Let me explain to you guys what I'm saying. It can be argued that 1 plus 1 does not equal 2, either from a mathematical or a philosophical perspective. Okay, it depends on the system that you use. Okay, you can use a binary system. Okay, when the number system you're using is base 2, which is the binary system, then 1 plus 1 equals 10. Now, I got you. That's kind of deep for me also, but I knew I wouldn't sleep in all my math classes. But depending on the system that we use, okay, I'm just telling you, it doesn't necessarily, okay, there are 10 cases where it is possible that 1 plus 1 is not 2. Now, that's too deep and philosophical for me to go into on this show. That's okay. But prove me wrong, Harry. Prove me wrong. Okay, 1 plus 1, but it's simple. That's the kind of math that people like me use in high school so I can get the hell out of school. Okay, 1 plus 1, but it's not necessarily true. Which is why, even if we get another congressional district that's supposedly for black folks with the representation. So what happens if a white guy runs? Are we going to say a white guy can't run? And guess what? We might like him rather than the people that are running. Okay? At some point, we're going to get to a place and maybe we never will. Maybe we never will. We're going to get to a place where we just vote for people. Okay? Because this whole race thing, doing things by race, has only helped the rich and the famous and the shy. It has not helped the average person. And we get another congressional district and pack black folks in it, and that's not that. Again, if you put 2 poor people in a room, you put them there, and you open the door, you still have 2 poor people. So you stack a bunch of black folks in a district, okay, you are still going to have a bunch of black folks in a district with no power. Okay? That's where it goes. So let's put 2 black folks in the room, see how much and close the door, 2 black men in the room, go, oh, hey, we come back 10 years later, what we got? It's 2 black folks. They come out of it. They get those 14, 40. So haven't we been fooled enough by these shenanigans where people make you think that we're going to get another district? Well, that's going to calm all the problems in your life. Right. Mm-hmm. Good morning. Yeah. I'm fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's long. That's long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. 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 And that's what, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, we need to hold these daddies accountable. Honestly, that will solve most of our problems. But that ain't. But that's not the child's fault. Your fault. My. We need to. Somebody. Everybody that's born got a daddy. Got a father. Yeah. Everybody got a father. We need to hold them accountable. And you can say it all you want to. They all got fathers. But they still, if they make a baby, if a woman has a child, then somebody's the father. Yeah. Yeah. I know. But if you put, if you start putting responsibility, and if this woman doesn't know who her daddy big, not really, not really, because liberals, yeah, I don't, I don't care about his heart. It ain't his heart that got him in that situation. And get that's true. But listen, if you have a moment of greatness and you rob the bank, you still go to jail. That ain't enough. Yeah, but that ain't yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Again, you're making excuses for the guy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And we accepted it. And we are accepting it though. We I don't. Yeah. Yeah. But again, it's wait a minute. I may not use it the way you use, but yeah, but it ain't my job. It's, yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. I still believe in logic and reason. Hey, you can't ever change logic and reason. Come on, who's this? Oh, turn that down a little bit there. Good morning. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, I, right, but that's elementary math. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If you if you take one apple that has a circle on it and another apple, okay, that doesn't have the same circle, is that one plus one? No. Well, again, though, no. The point is, unless you take two identical same things, then how in the world it can be argued that it is not one plus one? It is one and another one. This is deep. This is deep. Yeah, yeah. This is deep. This is, yeah. Right. Right. I don't know what the purpose is, and there lies the problem. Wait. Are we going to say that a white person can't run? Exactly. So how is it going to be a black district? Yes. Not necessarily true. Not necessarily true. If they and if they decide to vote, it'll tell me that the majority of black people live there, but it doesn't tell me that the majority of voters will be black. Ah, assume. Assume. That's the hard one. And it could be a wrong assumption. It's about who votes. It's about who votes, not who's there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. No. I know a couple of white people in Montgomery or in Alabama that could run and black people vote overwhelmingly for them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he still got 39%. Wait, he still got 39% of the vote. So, well, he did it, but then again, that was a case where, well, wait a minute. Let me ask you something. If Todd Strange had a run again against uh, uh, the mayor, do you think it would the thing would have been the same? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, but we'll never know. And the guy who got this guy gets in the race at 30 days before the race, before the election.
And I'm saying to myself, well, that's not a good life. That's not a good look. No. Right, right. It's not a good look though. So he won. But the fact of the matter is, he still got 39% of the vote, and he got a bunch of black folks voting for him. It's about who votes. Yeah. Uh, no, not that I know of. The man went to high school here. I mean, yeah, yeah, you can. I mean, yeah, I think you got to be in town 6 months, whatever the case. Yeah, I'm not, but historically, it is possible. And there you go with them numbers. Wait. It's not how many people are in the district. I gotta take a break. It's about who votes. That has nothing to do with how many people live. They can put 100 people in one district and 60 in in another part of the town, and out of the 100 people, 20 people vote, and out of the 60 people, 50 people vote. So it's not about how many people in the district. It's about who votes. And historically, we don't have a good record of that. Unless they threaten us, and unless somebody and you know the way to get back to them to vote is lie to them. To say, you're gonna go back and change. You're gonna take this last thing, put out the word, vote for one of the candidates. I mean, there's gotta be some intellectual honesty in the process of voting. And we have lost it. Okay? We have lost it. All we do is scare the hell out of black folks, and we'll go to vote for the other guy again. Okay? We're gonna find out we got lied to. Oh, well, that's what
Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
you can do. Yeah. You're not a computer. But my brain is. Good morning. It is 7:53 in the morning. I have been this one plus one thing out of the water. Because I'm breathing. Good morning. Yeah. But they're not identical apples. So how can you put two things together that are not the same and then say one plus one? We're different. That, well, let me ask you a question. Is one times one times one times one times one one? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. My mathematical skills evidently are super higher than yours. Because I know one plus one does not always equal two. Yeah. Okay. Okay. But but not necessarily. No, no. Well, so how much? Okay, so how much? Okay, so how much is one times one times one times one times one times one? Yeah. So it's not one, is it? Okay. These things are what they are because we define them. Yeah. Yeah. Now the thing. So why do we need a black dictionary to do it? Yes, it is. We can vote for the same people now. We don't need another district. Black folks, wait a minute. Black folks were in and run for the governorship of the state of Alabama 20 years ago, and now nobody voted for them. Black folks didn't get out and mass and vote for them. Okay. So why? So if you don't care what color they are, then why do we need? All we're gonna do is get another poor black district put together, and people gonna get rich and it won't be us. Yeah, yeah, whatever. Every couple years, yeah, yeah. And somebody, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, that's for you. 275 troops. That's right. Okay. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Nobody has to bring anybody. They're eating in the White House right now, letting everybody in. We don't have to bring them. People just coming because they're just coming. Uh, again, well, you can't seem to find anybody else to do the work. Yeah. I'm just saying. But it's okay. Well, what does the law say? I don't know what the law says about hiring people. Mhm. Okay. Well, listen, if the chicken houses cannot find Americans to work the job, what should they do? What should they do? If they don't get paid $2 an hour, brother. I gotta go. Time's up. I gotta work all this. And we gotta get to a finish. Don't do what you think.
This is CBS News. If you need to hire, you need Indeed, because Indeed's all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you can not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can. Thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Growth, provided by New York, the number one supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Growth is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Growth contains topoguide, powerful antioxidant that is received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Growth is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using it saw increased hair counts. Lose more time growing more hair. Try Hair Growth today to feel and look your best. Visit NewYorkUSA.com or visit Walgreens for Amazon purpose. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Growth. A new image at NewNordicusa.com. One of the most beloved bears of all. Dick Focus was a legendary Italian. It was driven from sideline to sideline using a tireless, tenacious in 1965, along with Dale Sayers. After retiring from the NFL at 31, Butkus did some acting. Most people think I'm a real monster. But actually, I'm quite sensitive. Just last month, Butkus was at Soldier Field when the Chicago Bears kicked off their season against the Packers. The team says his family confirmed Butkus died in his sleep at his home in Malibu, California. He was 80. Score one for the former kid of Spain. Los had one movement to throw out a $154 million lawsuit brought by an ex-lover who accused the 85-year-old former monarch of surveillance and intimidation. The judge in London ruled she did not have sufficient basis for understanding the court's evidence. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News. The game of
lately. There's some incredible savings. Take advantage of ways to travel with a $100 hotel booking. Charge for Dagger's whole company, but if it's never get that's almost 80% off lifetime. Yes.
You know when you wake up, your mouth feels gross, you can't wait to brush your teeth, get that clean, fresh feel. Yeah, that's exactly how millions of Lavage users feel when they use Power Comfort. It's on their notes every day, just once you're able to breathe deep without you never want to be without. That's why so many people are worried about Lavage. Will the drug power online for you? Feel the Navage difference for yourself. In less than a minute a day, you feel immediately feel healthier.
naturally without drugs. Start treatment really get Nevada. Nevada, you feel what? Like it's CBS, and online. Nevada, who knows? Healthy life.
Be opening up.
We're proud to extend that trust further by introducing government-insured services. Whether protecting your home, car, or even your business, we've got the coverage that fits your needs. Our team is here to guide you every step of the way with the personalized service you know and love. Call 334-819-7555 for a free quote today. Guardian Insurance Services, building on 65 years of trust, now safeguarding your future.
Don't miss Sean Hannity. Biden incoherently adheres live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay then. So we're coming. We'll be back in there. Hey, good morning to you. I'm feeling pretty good this morning. All I'm going to say is I'm going to just leave it alone. I will guarantee you, I will guarantee it, I'll give up a year's pay after they finally decide on this so-called minority district. That district won't be better off. We as people won't be better off with a quote-unquote majority black congressional district than we are now. Okay? Now, some people thought when we got a black mayor, boy, everything's going to be hunky-dory. We was going to be just fine. We could just do what we want to do, how we want to do it, when we want to do it. And that's not the way the world really works. But that's okay. Y'all think it, I'm concerned that my good friend Thomas is telling me, I'm concerned about if the person that represents me represents my concern. Does he represent my interest? Okay, that's all I want to know. I don't give a crap what color he is. Does he represent my interest? Now, color doesn't mean that we have the same interest, but culture, for the most part, does. And so that is why most black districts in America are just atrociously bad. We got a higher crime than most districts do. We got higher unemployment. We got our schools stuck for the most part. The standards of living are just not there. Oh, there's a couple of people there. There's a couple of people that making good money. But for the most part, it doesn't change your life. Okay. So I'm going to leave this alone. And I guarantee you that if they get this so-called black minority district, and again, what's a minority? So I'm good. If we did the same thing with white folks, and I think we have a white folks that are majority, maybe so, but if we try to do the same thing now, we had to go to DEI training all over again. I'm just saying, it's about who represents your interest. And if you're telling me that you don't believe that white people, because if white folks cannot represent my interest, then we might well come up with a new America. Because I'm thinking our main interest is culture in America. Our main interest is have the ability to reach to at least try to reach our dreams. I'm thinking that's what it is. And some of you sound crazy. Well, I'm sorry. Now listen. I've been somewhat disappointed in America in the last few years. But I still believe in the concept of America.
Okay, I still believe in the concept. And if you work your butt off, sometimes it's unfair. You got to work so hard. But if you do what you have to do today, you'll be able to do what you want to do tomorrow. So that's the way I look at it. Hey, get your 14 numbers, go try and see who is there. Good morning. Who's this? Fine, fine. All righty then. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Black male. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Pasco one, Pasco one, White District, up north someplace. His first, he retired first sergeant in the army. He won. Yeah, he's in state house. He's in the, works at, he's in the state house of Alabama. Let me ask them: have we had a black person run up there? Again, if you never try, you never know. But James Felder worked. Right? Mm-hmm. Well, anybody can run in any district. No, but for some reason we think just because we get a district that's got a lot of black folks actually stacked in it, all of a sudden the lives of all black folks gonna get better. No, again, it's about your interest. Pick people who right, pick people who will look out after your interest. Yeah, I think it depends on what the interests are. Let me ask you something. Wait, let me ask you something. What is our interest as black folks in America? Well, let's go Alabama. What is our interest? And, but money doesn't make better schools because we don't have discipline in our schools anymore. Money don't make a difference. Right.
that's college. You have a high school. Okay, and why couldn't we? Well, wait a minute. Well, Pike Road's the other thing. So you tell me the black people don't spend that money? Because Montgomery is totally black. No, no, because that's true too. But the first thing you got to have is people who that lead you that believes in discipline and excellence in your school. Wait a minute. What makes the schools raggedy? That's got nothing to do. That's got nothing to do with excellence. I'm sorry, it don't. I didn't have air conditioning in my school. Wait a minute. Hot is hot. Hot is hot. Does that make any difference? Yeah. All right. That's, again, the building does not make the school. It ain't y'all. I mean, listen, I believe that this school should represent. But what good is a good building if you're not putting good students out of it? Every now and then, but I don't know what they're doing either. Yeah. All right. Okay. Appreciate it. That's what we got. We got the district. Good morning. Yes. I didn't say that. I said money don't make a great school. Yeah. They just over. Okay. I ain't talking, brother. That's a long time ago. We ain't talking about Black Wall Street. It can't live back there. We got enough. Wait a minute. We got enough black millionaires in America right now. They can still have a Black Wall Street. We got a bunch of black millionaires in this country. They're not spending their money to uplift the majority of black folks. What's the name? What's the name? Oprah Winfrey hell went to Africa and built a school. Yeah, I know it ain't in the United States. And let me ask you something. Okay, so here's the question. So here's the question: is there a lack of opportunity because we lack the will and the political stamina to do what must be done? Is that or because we lack the will of political stamina to do what we've done, letting boys go to school with girls' dresses on, letting their fight. Wait a minute, there are fights in all the schools and fights in some schools. So it's a culture that's messing up our schools, not the school. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 I, I'm sorry. They spend more money. They spend more money per student today than they've ever spent in the history of America. More money. I don't know. That's why you vote people in office. You know, I, 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 I don't have a clue. And if our, if our public officials, well, that makes sense too. And it may be getting into. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. lie am I telling? What lie am I telling? It doesn't make excellence. It doesn't. Then they need to get on the picket line and go to their representative and get more. And we got $8 billion. We got an $8 billion education budget. I don't know. Yeah. More, well, yeah. You know, I can't think of a job. Wait. I can't think of. I hear you. I cannot think of a job that anybody does where every once in a while they may have to spend their own money to facilitate some issue. That's your fault. That's your fault. That, that's your fault. It don't take money. It does not take money to demand excellence. Dragon Cross does it. They don't have a lot of money. They don't get money from the state. Mm-hmm. Competent people. Not my job. That's why they have a maintenance department. That's why they have. That's why they. That's why they have a make the people that you pay to do a job do the job. Do the job. Hey, I gotta go to a break though. It's 8:23 in the morning. I'm sorry. We got an $8 billion education budget, and next year it'll probably be more like $9 billion. And we keep crying about money. Maybe I'm just saying, maybe the governor's office or maybe somebody should do an audit of the education budget and find exactly where the money goes. $8 billion. That's a lot of money to teach people about reading, writing, and arithmetic. We'll be back.
You know, I think that some people really don't understand me, which is probably an understatement. Um, and I'll tell you the part about me that they don't quite understand, and I'll try to explain this morning after these calls a little bit over here. So let's go back to this right here. Good morning. Thank you for holding. Good morning. Okay. Okay. Appreciate your call. Appreciate your call. Good morning. Who's this? I'm doing fine. Yeah, I haven't even looked at the maps yet. I just saw them this morning. I haven't looked at them. I don't know which one, who they taking out, who they putting in. You know, I don't know. It won't do us any good to have another district that's got no black folks in. We keep going to this con. Again, what is anybody benefiting from these guys? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It because it's a because every election season people come out with all this stuff they're going to do, and next thing you know, oh, okay, hmm okay. I don't want anybody. I don't want anybody to rule over me. But the issue is that stop making people think that something's going to change. The only person that is going to change your life and your circumstance is you. Not nobody. And you can't. You're not gonna get rid of them. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. And again, that is my point. You know, again, I want somebody to give me the correlation between an old building and a great education. Because when I got here, I believe that LAMP program was over in one of the oldest buildings in town as far as schools are concerned. Okay, and they still put out, from what I can tell, pretty good folks. Lee, for the longest, which is now PJ something, for the longest, uh, athletically and and uh, academically, was one of the best schools in America for a while. So all of a sudden now, and they didn't have 8 billion. The state of Alabama did not have an $8 billion, okay, education budget. Okay, I mean, we just didn't. So I'm looking for the correlation between money and excellence. Okay, because there's nobody who has a job like my job. Okay, every once in a while, you know what? If I want something in here that is not here and they're not going to buy it for me, you know what I do? I buy it myself. I go get it myself. When I first came up here, I bought. They had this little bitty old cheap computer up here. I went and got my own computer, put it up here, a fantastic high speed bad mamma jamma. Okay, now they got bought out by somebody, maybe take it away. But at least they knew that I was willing to buy my own stuff. Well, that was about 20 years ago. So, but again, I want to see a direct correlation between the amount of money and the expectation of excellence, whether it's in your job, in your school, wherever it's at. Tell me how one affects the other. There were people who learned without air conditioning, without lights in their school. I just want to know money. Give me the correlation between money and excellence. That's all I want to know. Show me. Because we're spending a hell of a lot more money now in education than we ever spent, and we're getting less for our money. I'm just saying. Good morning on air. Good morning. No. Yeah. Well, I just said for the love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah. Yeah. But the more money, more problems. More money, more problems. Wouldn't have the problems they have. Matter of fact, last week, didn't a lady get put in jail for 8, 9? I believe she got 6 years for stealing money from the education thing. 60-something years old. What's she doing stealing money? Man, that sucks. Yeah. Well, that's true too. Yeah. And they run on the same system though. And somebody needs to change the system because the system just produces identical twins or whoever gets in there. Right. National level, federal level. Systems don't, they need to change the systems of the way we do things. And maybe I can see some daylight creaking in, but right now I don't see it. And again, if we get a district that is predicated on having more black representation, well, guess what? Hell, if you got more black representation and you still got the same number of people up at the White House or downtown, what's going to change? Yeah, yeah. Yes. I am somebody. Well, Pelosi figured out the opposite happened to her the other day. She got put out of her nice office up in up in D.C. So I was glad to see that. I was glad to see that. Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate your call. Always good to have a sense of reason. Again, let me again. I gotta take a break. I'm gonna give me a moment of personal privilege here. I know the history of the South and the history of America. I did go to school. I got a diploma hanging on my wall someplace. Uh, I know that black folks have caused absolute hell in this country for a long period of time. Some would argue still right now. I realize that. We are never going to live in a perfect society. We are never going to get all white people because of their training, their background, their pedigree, whatever. We're never going to get all white folks to love on black folks. We are never going to get all black folks to love on white folks. But at the end of the day, it is up to us as individuals and a collective to determine what it is we want and make it happen. Because here's one of my suggestions. I think if you don't vote, you should get fined. Okay? You should get fined $100 every time you don't go to the polls and vote. That's why we keep these records of people who go to vote. You should fine them. Because the only way you're going to, in our democracy or whatever you want to call it, our republic, the only way you are going to make a difference, at least in theory, is get your butt out of the house and vote, and let everybody who can't get out vote electronically. Okay, but we should fine people who do not vote $100 every time they don't vote. Okay, and if they don't pay the fine, they're ineligible to vote. Because hell, if you ain't voting anyway, what difference does it make? I'm just saying, we should start fining people. We'll be all right. Okay, voting. The people in your district go vote, whether it's congressional, a city council, county commission, school board, whatever. You can't depend on them to look out after your interests. So I believe it's time for a change in our voting structure. You don't vote, you don't count, and we charge you a fine for not voting. Okay, that's right. And there's all kind of ways to vote. You can vote absentee. You can vote. Hopefully, everybody's got a social security number. We can vote by that. I'm just saying, but why are they about the same things? And it, but we have the unmitigated gall to actually think that just because they come up with another district and pack and stack black folks in it, trying to get. If you think your life is going to change because some politician put a map together, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive on News Radio 1440.
Another warning sign. Wet spots in your yard, cold rain, rain, and sewage overflow. You can controlling your paint every 4 to 5 years. Keep it simple and simple food.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley with today's tip for kids coming back to pediatrics. Food additives can potentially cause disease to the obesity. Choose fruits and vegetables and avoid plastic. Don't put plastic in the microwave. Nutrition or visit healthychildren.org.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. My mom is stronger than anyone I've ever known. Growing up when life got hard, her strength helped pull us through. Even after her heart failure diagnosis, she remained stronger than ever.
My family's support keeps me strong. Together, we're rising above heart failure.
Heart failure doesn't have to steal your strength. For simple steps you can take to help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
The Jordan B. Peterson podcast with his very special two-part guest, Joe Rogan.
Oftentimes, the last hour of a 3-hour podcast is the best hour.
Yeah, well, that intuition was certainly right and revolutionary.
Part of my revolutionary idea is just me being stubborn.
The Jordan B. Peterson podcast and special guest, Joe Rogan. Download it free and easy at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. From the Westwood One Podcast Network.
My mother remains strong.
Because without strength, you lose hope. Together, we will rise above heart failure.
To help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My job, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to be in control. With Sam, I can.
SAM is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Hey, hey, hey! Lady Irish! Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Good team. Hey, when you're from South Bend, Indiana, you have to acknowledge and pay homage to the Fighting Irish. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. All right, let me shut up and go to the phone and see who's going to wait the longest here. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Good morning.
Yeah, yeah. And I think education should be, yeah, and education should be rewarded. Yeah. I think, yeah. They got plenty of money. They got plenty of money. So what is getting stolen, taken off there? Hey, appreciate it. I'm running out of time. I thank you for holding on for a while. Good morning, you on air. Yes. Now, with the excellence, with the pursuit of excellence, what does money have to do with that? Right. But you can teach school without a computer at all. You can teach school without a computer at all. Well, you still. Hmm. Hmm. And a pencil would do it for us now. But they got money. They have the money. Uh, but they got the money. So okay, right. No, no. I said, what does money have to do with the expectation of excellence? You know, I tell you what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to bet you you could take people in the 12th grade for a whole year, not have one computer in the room, have great teachers in there, and they'll compete with anybody with a bunch of computers. I bet you will. I bet you $100 they will. I tell global, they come hell they coming over here. We don't need the globe was over here. You see that movie Hidden Figures? Did you see that movie Hidden Figures with them women? Okay, they didn't have all this technology. They got people on the moon, old style. So you don't need a computer. Yeah. Okay. I don't. That's because we keep telling ourselves that, but we really don't need a computer. I love them. They are computers are like a tool, like a nail and a hammer to build a house. Yeah, you still need it to put the nail in, but if your gun stopped working, your little staple gun, if it stopped working, guess what we would do? We'd go right back to the nail and the hammer and put that nail in there. Okay, we ain't gonna stop building the house because the electricity went off. Good morning on there. Yes. Hmm. At the time. Hmm. Hmm. So why is that? Right. But why do you believe that? But why do you believe that all those private schools have proliferated over the years? And in the scheme of things, okay. But if those same kids, hmm, 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me ask you a question. The private school thing. Um, if your child goes to a private school, are you okay? If they do get to use some of the public money, which I don't care, they don't get any more public money than they would if the child stayed in regular school, right? Everybody's allowed it. Everybody's allowed it. So much money. Right. Yeah. Right. Hmm. Right. Exactly. Hmm. Well, aren't we integrated? Wait a minute. Aren't we separated now? I, right. Right. Mhm. So you don't. So you really don't believe that if all the black folks who are eligible to vote came out to vote, okay, rather than 50, all of them don't vote. Right. Okay. Well, let me ask something. Do you have the statistical information about how many whites actually vote? And I'm talking about numbers. Give me the numbers. What are the numbers? I got you. How many votes were there though? How many voters voted? Oh, oh, well, let me ask you. Okay, okay. So you telling me if 20% of 40% of folks voted and 100, I want to know what the numbers say because just because you got four, oh, oh, opportunity. Oh, okay, opportunity to go. Oh, okay. Opportunity. I'm gonna have to cogitate. I'm gonna have to cogitate on this one. Okay. Listen, I gotta go. Appreciate the call. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk more. Anyway, I know about numbers. Like I need some more about checks. Anyway, I gotta go. You guys, I didn't get to my thing that you. Oh, I didn't. Anyway, go out.
Sad news from the sports world this morning. Fans across the NFL are mourning the loss of Hall of Fame linebacker Dick.
If things get weird, I have vote on hand. I like that.
You can buy coins or convert part of your 401k with the Oxford Gold Group. It's easy and safe. 833-995-GOLD. That's 833-995-GOLD. 833-995-GOLD.
Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $29 billion were stolen last year alone. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call for everyone else. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock makes it easy to help protect yourself.
They don't get out to vote. That's why you can't get nobody.
Join now and save up to 25% your first year with My Name Play as your promo code at LifeLock.com. Promo code PLAY.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
The long-awaited fall cold front will come through today into this evening, and what that means is much cooler air for the weekend. Today will still be in the 80s. There's about a 40% chance of some passing showers. A lot of the day is dry, but a few showers possible, especially this afternoon into this evening. Keep that in mind for a high school football game. Shouldn't be anything heavy, though. Tonight we fall into the upper 50s, highs in the 70s, and this weekend with a good deal of sunshine and a fall breeze. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial. Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
And up into New England. Some areas could pick up anywhere from a half to an inch of rain. Others could see 2 to 3 inches of rain and even higher amounts once you start getting into northern sections of New England.
Georgia will be the first state to see medical marijuana at independent pharmacies. It will vastly increase access for registered patients who need to present low THC registry cards and ID. This year's Nobel Peace Prize goes to jailed Iranian activist Narges Mohammadi
for her fight against the oppression of women in Iran and her fight to promote human rights and freedom for all.
She was sentenced to 31 years.
Well, look who came back.
The big winners at last night's Billboard Latin Music Awards.